Hey everybody, Daryl Davey here with Oaken Hollow Games, and I am currently sorting through a large pile of common cards for Tinker. So we have gotten everything printed off last week for our cards, and then the holidays hit. And then going through, I realized that I had forgotten a couple of files, and there was a mistake on one of the cards. So I have a few more cards to reprint, so I've been kind of hanging back on doing this process until all of that was more or less sorted away. The new cards will be printed shortly here. And I'm hoping to get him in the mix, but for those of you who have not seen, although it's kind of been blasted all over the page and our Discord, we are doing a Tinker tournament with the new Treasure Chest Games down on Avenue C in Cloquet, New Year's Eve. I'm going to be there from 1 to 3. At 1 o'clock, I'm going to be doing a teaching game. It will be a sealed tournament where you buy a tin. Everybody who's bought in a tin before that, I will do, if you haven't played before, I'll give you a quick overhaul of how the game goes, and then we will start into a tournament. I'm still looking at prize support. I think I'm going to print a figure or two for first and second place, or something like that. Maybe I'll just give a tin away for prize support, but whoever wins that will get something kind of neat. Plus, it's a cool opening to a new store. And another big thing is those who have bought Tinker tickets from the Loch Cafe and Games. Those should also be in. I'm trying to get these sorted and done so that I am able to get those tins made and brought to the lot first, and then those folks can pick their tins up. And I believe they're also buying some stock as well, so they should be well stocked in Tinker once I get that to them. And then Treasure Chest Games is also going to be buying some Tinker to have in stock too, outside of the tournament. So that should be pretty sweet. I'm excited. Currently, I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. Just doing the big casino shuffle of all the commons here, and that way, because once they're printed off in similar stacks. So as I go through this, I've shuffled them in. And then I just kind of make sure as I'm picking them up that I'm not getting big clumps of the same ones, sorting them with some of our other ones over here. So every once in a while I'll just take like a half a stack, shuffle it with some of these new ones just to really ensure that mix is done differently. And then the day of, when we are putting the tins together, I'm going to be making sure that people are also kind of, just taking bits and shuffling and making sure that tins aren't getting lots of copies of the same cards. There are, 55 cards. Some of them, I think about 20 are brand new. So if you have gotten the beta packs before, there are plenty of new cards to get, as well as some of the old cards being a little bit more reworked. Grappling hook got split into 2 cards. There was a new grappling hook and a new, I think it's magnetic tether. So that old grappling hook got split into 2, and the costs have been adjusted accordingly. There's a few costs that went down, a few costs that went up. So those of you with the beta cards, some of you are grandfathered into some pretty nicely priced cards for what they can do, and other ones are going to be a little bit, a little more balanced now that we've played more games and added some of the new cards and see what how they worked with the newer or the old set. It should be good. So that to be said, those with the beta sets have stuff to collect as well, so it's not just the same stuff you already have, which is good. Let's see, because I had said early on I was never going to make a trading card game through Oaken Hollow Games just because of the logistics of this, and let me tell you, the math I've had to argue and been argued at me has proven that this is not my favorite cup of tea when it comes to stuff. And it's not, I guess it is a trading card game, in a way. It's a trading miniatures game, sort of. And it's not as varied. We're coming out with sets every other week or whatever. but we are making sure that we are doing our best to randomize each of these tins to the degree that we can. Again, we're not some giant company that has a bunch of machines to do this automatically. So I think the big casino shuffle, and then shuffling as we go through, and then hand as we're creating tins, putting those in should guarantee enough of a difference. That said, give me a moment and I will take you over. Workshop's a little messy right now, but the rates on those... In a tin, you'll be getting 5 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare, and then the last equipment card could be any of those variations. So 5 commons, 3 uncommons, 1 rare, and then a random selection. It could be common, rare, uncommon. So that 10 slot is really a bit of a gamble. Hey, Corey, how's it going? So with that 10 slot being kind of a gamble, you might get a really good pack where you get 2 rares or 2 uncommons, something like that. That'd be kind of neat. But again, the other ones are, 5 common, 3 uncommon, 1 rare, and then a random. So hopefully this sorting method works. When we get to tins, we will just put them out in those orders. Try to make sure that no one's getting anything too crazy. We're not stacking decks. We're not doing anything like that. Everything is randomized. I just, at a glance, want to try and make sure you're not getting one with, 4 overcharges for your commons and be disappointed, hey, this isn't that random. So the math into that was kind of crazy. So we have 55 cards in total. How we split those up into the rarities, and then that out of 1,000 cards. For 100 tins, it was a lot of monkey business, because I think a lot of companies will go, hey, we want, oh, hey, Hannah, we want to make it so there are 50% commons, 30% uncommons, 20% rares for your 100. And then intentionally make cards that math out to those numbers really well. Doing it the way we did it, we didn't want to be limited in what we made, so we just kind of made our stuff. Then as we played, we tested and go, this kind of feels like a common, and for this cost, this might be an uncommon, or for what it can do, this has to be a rare, how much we want to see it, because again, we're trying to avoid a big meta. So I don't want to say we shot ourselves in the foot, because creatively, hey James, Jimmy, creatively we didn't want to stifle ourselves, and that's what's most important to us, is making sure that that's not stifled. But in the end, the rates were kind of weird for what we had to do. But this first wave should be totally fine. As far as that goes, you'll be getting a good assortment of cards, and it's a trading card game, so you'll be able to trade with folks. And if you show up to the Tinker Tournament, again at Treasure Chest Games, that's a great place to meet everybody that's going to be there, learn how to play, and then you can do some trades after. I think we're going to do a sealed tournament. For those of you beta cards, I will say that to be part of the tournament, you have to buy a new tin, but afterwards, if you want to play with other people currently, none of the beta cards are off limit to be used. And again, with some of the changes we've made, you'll find that some of your beta cards may be better. And a few of them, maybe have changed a little bit. We just had to reprice a couple of things here. We go, oh yeah, this is a good card. We need to have this cost a bit more. Oh, when this card interacts with this card. That kind of boring stuff. But I think we got it pretty well for being a bunch of amateurs. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I get any comments on this or not. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to sort for a few minutes here. Well, I yap about other things. We are working on the big goal after this next batch of Tinker gets out. We will be at the position where when we start seeing supplies getting low, we can just reorder. And so there shouldn't be a lag like the other time, because I wasn't sending new files. We weren't changing stuff from beta over to the new one and all the little stuff in between. It should just be same cards, we resend them, so on and so forth. for those of you who are watching right now, and I think this might be the only place I say it, so you get a little sneak peek. One of our cards, they're all numbered 1 through 55 for collector purpose reasons. We have 2 cards that are numbered 29, and I believe it's going to be Hull Upgrade Mark II. Will be getting changed to, should have been 30 when I was making the cards. I forgot to change the number up. It happens, I didn't notice this as I sent off. So there will be a select few of you. Let's see if math is right up on my board. 18 at uncommon. We got 2 of those. Should be about 36 of those ones from this original wave that will have the wrong number. If you're a collector, maybe that's one that you want to try and trade for, just to have it, because in our next print that has been fixed. It was minor enough to where it wasn't going to affect gameplay that I left it in this run. There was another card that I forgot to take some text off of that I'm having reprinted as well currently. So that one's not going to get in the mix. But Hull Upgrade Mark II is going to be getting changed to, I believe, number 30. Currently has number 29 on there. So collectors, maybe gravitate towards that. I was speaking on the once we are done with this first little launch here. This will continue on. We are currently still looking for artists for Plunder, Betted on the Booty. We are going to start work on Gotcha Ninja, one that is Quiet, They'll Hear You, which is of Phil's making. Isaac has a couple of things that he has been working on as well. So we, amongst what I have a few other games coming in the background. But a big thing that I am trying to push right now is getting us to where we are stocked again on All Hallows Eve and Skirmish. Currently been out of All Hallows Eve for about a year now. Half a year? A year. In Skirmish, just shy of a year. There's been some reasonings for that. Things are getting expensive outside, which is why I like to ship stuff in for cards and boxes and all of that. So I spent some time looking for a place and try and get it all under one roof, and it does look like the JS Print in Duluth, who's doing all of our Tinker cards and our labels for them, will be our go-to spot for all of our stuff. So a huge thank you to them. So what that means is right now we are sending files. Well, I haven't yet, but we will be. Sending all of our box files over, tops, bottoms, sides, cards, rule books, all have to be in the right order. They have to check over those, make sure things look good. They're going to design a box where they just print it right on rather than being stickers like it has been in the past, which will be really nice. And they also are going to do some inserts, so it's not the inserts that I've been making, which I've always thought looked cheap, but it's what we can do to keep the cost down for you and for me. So I'm really happy that those are going to be getting changed up as well. So Skirmish is what we're working on first. Speaking of Skirmish, I will make more of an announcement. I have more information on it, but I've been asked to be potentially part of a grant where we will be translating the Skirmish rulebook into Ojibwe for like cultural learning immersion thing. When I have more details, I will share those, but the game will function exactly the same, but we'll just have a rulebook in Ojibwe as well to offer out, and I think that's a pretty neat thing. And then once that project's done, we may start spreading that to other games. I don't know if it'll make it to Tinker, just because the language is longer and it's difficult to fit on the size. But potentially All Hallows Eve could be something we do too. Segueing into All Hallows Eve, we have been so close to launching the Graveyard Smash for about 2 years now, I'm guessing. Actually, yeah, because Halloween, I think that's been at least a year, probably almost 2. And between funding and just our Steam and where we were at with stuff, it's had to have been put on hold. Whereas now with this and getting all of our stuff at one spot, that makes it a lot cheaper to produce and easier. Because it's a big undertaking getting all of those pieces together. I used to do it by myself. Now I have some more helpers and whatnot, but it's been tough to get it done, and it's daunting to have to redo it. But now that everything will be cards, boxes, inserts, and cards, boxes, rulebook will all be under one roof out of Duluth. The cost is so much cheaper, the time is so much better. It's just all the legwork that goes into getting those files to them in a way that they're ready to go. So that's going to take time, but the goal is, just like last year, probably skirmish by spring, and then All Hallows Eve by the fall. And I think we'll also launch the new box with Graveyard Smash. And we have a bunch of monsters that we haven't been able to play test or do stuff with that really yet lately that I'm really excited to dive into. Trying to think of what else. We're going to be just doing some tournaments at the Loch for Tinker. I'm going to talk to them about getting some skirmish and All Hallows Eve in stock there as well. We'd probably do a skirmish tournament at the Loch. We want to make sure that we are playing there too. Just because we have a new game store a stone's throw away from my place doesn't mean that we are not going to be going there anymore. Because we love the Loch. They're amazing. Go support the Loch. Do your stuff. Go play some cards, buy their stuff. They're good people. We'll be back at ExcaliburCon again next year. Getting those details worked out. We're going to see what that looks like. I've heard some mention that they have some ideas for things. We'll most likely be holding a tournament for Tinker. We're always working at something, so we might have some new stuff out by the time that rolls around as well. So, that's a lot to say. Been very busy. Getting stuff done, working on everything, hoping that it's all going to pay off. It does seem to be going that way. So, tell people about Tinker. If you played it, if you're interested, please show up to trading, it's TCG is the abbreviations, and I want to say trading card game. It's Treasure Chest Games. Go to Treasure Chest Games, Cloquet, for the grand opening, New Year's Eve. It starts, I believe, at 10 or 11. There, I have posted information, so take that rather than my word. I will personally be there from about 1 to 3. They're also doing a Magic tournament. And yeah, if you are interested in getting your Tinker tickets reclaimed, those should be there. The tins should be there within the next couple of days. I'm hoping to get them before the 31st as well. It's just going through this process, getting people over to help me with that. If you have any questions, post them below, and please share our Facebook page, share our Discord page, talk about Tinker, talk about Skirmish, All Hallows Eve, all of it. It helps us immensely, especially when this is starting to get some legs under it. I'd love to see it run. And you could be a big help in part of that. So thank you for being here. You guys have an excellent rest of your day, and I hope to see you at the Tinker Tournament. Bye now.